Because it gives me a chance to rid myself of the ignorance, I guess, that I've had. Because myself as a black person, not knowing, I guess, African American history isn't a good thing. And this class, it expands on a lot of stuff that I did know. And so it just, I guess it can be taught everywhere else because, yeah, like other people said, in DC, we really need to know how African Americans have shaped society here and how African Americans have shaped society all over the world. So.
Thank you. Is this your first African American history course?
Yes.
Really? Do you think
We've
black
talked about it in classes. But
Pardon me?
we've talked about it in classes, but like this isn't. I've never had a class that was just like dedicated to African American history. Our DC history teacher kind of made it that way, like because he talked about DC, but DC is like one of the blackest cities ever. So I mean, no, I don't mean that in like a bad way. I'm just saying like if you look at the history in DC, like Dunbar, for instance. It's a black school. It's always been a black school. We have like a black mayor who was mayor for like, I don't even know. He's like the black Bloomberg for DC in a way, I guess. So.
Do you all think that DC and that black history should be taught in DC public schools?
Most definitely.
Should be offered?
No, it should be
What's the
mandatory.
difference between offered and taught?
One is mandatory and one isn't, but I mean, I really respect black history, but I can be honest and say that you can't, you can advocate for someone to do something, but you can't force them to do it, just like this one was offered.
But how can
You're
you
forced
be
to
forced
study
to
math,
take a regular
you're forced to study
history class?
English, you're forced to study literature.
Right, but how could you be forced to take a regular American history class and not be forced to take an African American?
Like, we're forced to take world history.
You're forced to take U.S. history too. Just saying.
But it's different cultures mixed in.
How is it different though? Because African Americans are a part of U.S. culture.
Yeah, and along with other nationalities.
I guess what he's saying.
Kufu's trying to say like in all the other histories, like black people are in it, but like they're not really in it. So it's like black and white and Asian and Indian. So it's not just black.
Yes, thank you.
Nico?
Well, I mean, I sort of agree with Kufu. I don't think it should be mandatory, but they're not necessarily forcing you. But I think you should have an option if you want to learn African American history. I mean, you don't need. I mean, you don't. Some people don't feel the need to learn it. Some people might. So.
But half the people in this
Be
group
forced though,
don't
because
want to
I don't feel the need to learn world history. I feel like if I have to learn any history, it should be African American history if I had to pick.
Why?
Because like I feel like I need to know about my culture before I go off and learn about somebody else's.
But you're learning your culture.
But that goes back to what he
But
was
you're
trying to say
not.
too.
You're
No,
not.
but that goes back to what he was trying to say too about if you're going to learn about African American history, shouldn't you learn about everybody's? That's world history right there.
Exactly, which we are forced to learn.
But I really
So
want to
if
know
you're
what
forced to learn
classes
about
that
the
you took
world,
that really talk
You're
about
also
black history.
learning about African American
But
culture.
how often do they get to the African chapter in your world history class?
They had one and
It's in the back of the book, and do you make it there by June? No, you do not.
And they don't even talk about it. They be like, oh yes, Martin Luther King was there. However, that white man, yes, let's talk about him.
Miss Gaston's trying to say something.
But my thing is, why should we